it is a Python array. And let me clear to all once again, array is an user defined data type. I'm typing here so you can understand properly. Array is a user defined data type which keeps the information in a same manner, or that's why it is known as the homogeneous. Okay, if you remember the word homogeneous data type or homogeneous nature based data type, we can say homogeneous based nature data type. Okay, now it is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
this kind of the answer I was expecting. Since if it is a data type, then can the value which is stored by the n array, it that can be defined like integer, so it can store only the integer type value. If it is defined, then it can only the float kind of the value. So how you can differentiate the list with the array? Yes, array is homogeneous. If you're talking about the list is a non-homogeneous, or we can say it is a heterogeneous. Okay, so list is what? List is a heterogeneous nature based data type. So in this list kind of the data type variable, if you want to store something, then you can store mixed kind of information, like integer can be possible, string is also possible. Okay, and number with the decimal also mixed kind of the information also possible. So we can say it is also sometimes known as a mixed data type, where we can store the information, mixed type of the information. So this is a little bit difference from where we can start the array. Now, is it clear to all about the sense of the array or meaning of the array? What is mean by the array? Now it is clear to all. Let me know. Yes, it is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the answer I was expecting, but there is no issue. But if you try in a very well manner, so you are on the right track. It is good thing. So theoretically, it is written over here as you spoke so many times from the student. I got the answer again, same answer. So an array is a collection of the items stored at contiguous memory location. So contiguous memory location means the information just like is stored in the 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, and what are the value or what the element which is stored by an array variable. So it would be in form of the contiguous memory allocation. What does contiguous memory allocation? If this value of this part of an array is contained by the some byte, suppose x byte. Okay, suppose x byte is required by the this element, then it same all the elements will keep the information or occupy the same number of the bytes. So depend on the compiler or depend on the tool. Like talking about C and C++. So integer will take the 2 byte. Okay, so integer will take the 2 bytes. But while talking about the Java language, it will take the integer will take the 4 byte. So depend on the programming language, we have the memory for the each and every kind of the variable, of course followed by the data type. So we can say the variable is defined as a array in form of the any kind of the data type like integer, float, or character. Then all the values must require the same number of the bytes. This is the point. And you can say the idea is to store the multiple item of the same type together, and this makes it easier to calculate the position of each element by simply adding an offset to the base value and the memory location of the first element of the array, and generally denoted by the name of the array. So if I am giving the name of this array like the A, so if 8 is an array, so it index will be starting from the 0, 1, 2, and 3. So how to define the array? Like the bracket symbol. So with the help of the bracket symbol, we can define, we can create. So this is a little bit idea about the array and how it is different from C and C++ and Java. So this is a point you need to keep in mind. Yes, student, please tell me. Now, any doubt here from the definition part? You have any doubt, then you can ask me. Any doubt?
Sir,
Yes, please tell me.
sir, sir, can you explain the bytes one? Sir, C++ has 2 bytes again.
Since yes, yes, since it is defined that in C++, the variable which is defined by the two, defined by the integer. So suppose I'm define the a integer a in C++. So this a variable require the 2 byte memory, 2 bytes memory. So it means it how much what 2 bytes we're talking about the 2 bytes. Okay, so there will be the 16 bits. Okay, there will be 16 bits. It means 2 to the power 16 bits are required to store 2 to the power 16 bits are required to store a variable. Okay, now this is clear to all. Yes, please tell me, this is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So okay, so 2 to the power 16 will be 6 5 5 3 2 something. I'm not remember exact value, but I think so it should be. Just let me note down the calculators. 1 3. Yes, 3 5 5 and 6. Mm, something like this one, 5 5 5 and 6 4 uh, 3 7 7. Okay, approx 6 5 5 3 5 to something value. Okay, and in integer we can also store the negative value. So if you are storing the positive value, then ranges will be the 0 to 6555 something too. But we can also store the negative value, so range will be started from the -32 768 -32 7 6 8 2 value 32767. Okay, so this would be the range, and the range will be the 65355, and the range will be the 3565. So we can store maximum value -32768. If we try to store some value like 40,000 in integer a, if I try to store 40,000 integer a into C and C++, so what we will get the error, because this range or this value is out of the range. That is maximum value we can store 32767. So this is the point. If we're storing a 4 bytes or 8 bytes, so definitely we can store large volume of the values. If you want to represent 1 lakh value, then integer value can't hold into the CNC purpose. But in Java it is also possible. So this is to be updated. In Python we have the use data size of this one, so we can store. So in the Python we have the good advantages. Just please tell me any doubt here.
No, sir.
Now see this diagram. This diagram is visible to all, of course, without any problem. So first index will be started from the 0. So you can see 0 1 2 3 4 5 9. The total number of the elements starting are 10, and ranges of the array element to be stored from the 0 to 9 index value. And the element at the index 8 will be this value. Okay, so this will be what? This will be the represent the elements. Okay, and all these are represented by the 0 1 2 3 4 5. These are the indexes. Okay, so how many indexes we have? The 0 to 9, and total length is given over here the 10. So this is simple diagram. But in the Python we can also read, in the C and C++ we can also read, but this is a thing we have not seen into the while learning the C and C++ in Java. But we have seen this concept of the Python as well. So in the Python we can also implement such thing. Now in the Python it is also possible positive index will be started from the 0 to 9. Yes, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. So this is the positive index. What is the negative index? If I need to use, the negative index will be start from the -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, and last one we have the -9, and sorry, last one we have the -10. So in the Python, if you want to print the value of the n, suppose I want to print or read the value index a, index value at index 6. So which index will be to be read by the element? So definitely this one. Okay, so the value which contained by the index 6 of the variable a, so we will have this value. If you want to read the same value, then what you can do, you can use the -4. So the value which is read by the which to be read will be read by the -4 and 6 will be the same as it is. There's no issue. So we can read out the any value from the -1 to -10. So please keep in mind, we will start the reading the value and from the negative from the right side. Okay, while writing the positive value will be read by the from this direction, but here we have the direction right to left or left to right, so depend on the things what you want to. So this is known as the positive index. This is known as the positive index, and we can also use a negative index. So how you can use, you can use a negative index. Just read the point carefully. Negative index. Okay, now clear to all about this diagram? Please tell me any doubt here?
No, sir.
No,
Okay, now shall I move to next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, this is the first simple line of the code we have in the Python program to write the or to define the array or create the array. To create an array in the numeric value, we need to import the array module, and we have the simple example. What we have, input array as array. So what is the module or what is the library we have to import? Now array. So this is what this is a array library. And ARR is a variable. Okay, ARR is a variable. Okay, variable, and we can say it is a variable of the array library. Array library. This is the point you need to keep in mind. And with the help of this variable, we can use or we can access the function of this library, that is array. So if you want to access the list of the function or any function which is under into the array library, we have to make a object. So what we are doing, we are creating the variable of the array library, and this is known as the object of array class. This is the concept which is derived from the object oriented programming. So ARR is what is the object? It could be your name like Golu, Polu, Solu, and could be. So ARR is not a fixed name of the variable. It could be any variable. Okay, any variable XYZ what you want to use, you can use. So A is equal to array dot array. So what we are doing, with help of the such object, we are creating the array by using the array method. This array is method. This array is a method, and with this array method we are passing the some parameter. Those are the d and list of. So what we are doing, d defined that we are defining the list of array or creating list of array in form of the decimal. Okay, you have to keep in mind this word properly. You have to keep in mind you are using the list of the element. Those list of the element will be in form of the decimal manner, and finally I'm printing such variable. Now creating Python array is very interesting, but you need to understand properly. Now is it clear to all how we are creating, or what is the sense of the each and every part we have mentioned over here? Yes, please tell me. Student, please tell me any doubt you have.
Sir, what does D mean there?
What is
D, D.
D stands for the decimal. It means the element you are using in your defining your array that could be in form of the decimal. Instead of D, you can use the I. You can use any other. So I will tell you the list of all the element, but let me know the syntax. You are remember the input array as a array. It means the input array. So this array is a array library. Okay, this is just like a class. And as a what array is a variable. So a double R is a variable. It could be XYZ anything. So what I'm doing? I am doing XYZ. So there is no issue by using the such variable array variable. I can use the all the function which are under into which are used or which is defined by the array class. So if you want to use such class like if you want to use the functions which are under into array library, then you can use. Like if you want to enter into the VIT Bhopal University campus, what you want to do? First, you must have a iCard. So this array variable is just like iCard, and by this we are assigning okay you are now authorized person, then you can access the same thing. So we are creating the array variable that is a or this is also known as the object, and then we can access or we can use any function under the such library. This is the point. So now tell me, is it clear to all? D define the decimal. So the value we are passing in form the element, there is 1.1, 3.5, 4.5. All these are having the decimal values.
Sir,
Yes, please tell me.
sir, can you tell me what is object again? Sir, object of the.
Okay, object. Okay, since now this is a box. Okay, this box is known by the term I am giving over here a box. And if you want to access this box, then you must have a accessibility. Okay, you must have some accessibility to this box. You must have some accessibility. Then how it is possible to this box can have the accessibility? It means the box must have a variable or something by which is possible. So box must have a must have a variable. In programming term, we can say must have a variable or identity. Okay, and identity variable is known as the object of the such box. Okay, such box. So if we want to access the feature of this box, we must have an object. Now we have the box object of the box, all the feature of this box. So it could be anything. It could be anything like a function, anything like any hardware or software term we can access. So we have some rights. So how we can have the rights? That is a object. Through the object we can access. Just like example, if you want to enter in your room or in your home, then you have some your identity. Suppose your father is not recognize you, who are you? Then you were not able to. Then at that time uh you are not you are not a variable of your home. You are not the identity of your home. Then your father or your parents will not be allowed to enter into your home. So this is what this is your identity. So for entering in your room, entering in your house, you have your own identity, and your identity defines that you are ability to move anywhere. You are ability to move one room to another room. You can visit any room. Okay, so if you have the identity, same thing we have the object is just like a identity of a class. Object is the identity of a any room. Now you are the part of the my class, but suppose you are not a part of the my class, so I will not allow to participate into the my class. I will not give you any chance because you are not identity of the my class. If you want to explore, if you want to insert, if you want to enter my class, if you want to study into the my class, then you must have a part of the my class. So this is a kind of the object concept. Now is it clear to right now?
Yes, sir. Sir, what is the object here in this example?
Okay, and now tell me I have the keyboard and mouse and a laptop and desktop. So mouse navigation is also possible if mouse is connected to my laptop or desktop. So at data mouse is what mouse is kind of the object to access the feature of the laptop. Okay, so we can have this. So component or the identity by which we can access the feature of the thing, and the thing could be class or anything. Or this is a concept which is under into the object oriented programming. So when I'm saying to all, we have an object oriented programming. So a programming where object play important role to orient the programming. So C++, Java, Python, these are the object oriented programming. Yes, please. Now tell me, clear? This term is clear to all right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now see the important term over. So if you remember the important term over here, as I told you, there are many data type for defining the array we have. Now, first code we have the small b. So small b means signed character. It means the only value which will be represented by the things we can have. But this is the only code small b c type, that is the character type we can. But in the Python type, what we have the integer. So it will take the minimum 1 byte. Capital B defined that we are talking about the unsigned character. That is capital B. In unsigned means we can have the only positive. Signed character means it can have the negative and positive. It can also have the negative and positive. So it can have the positive and negative. Unsigned means we can use only the positive value. Next we have the Python code, Python Unicode, signed short, unsigned short. Suppose if you want to store the 65, now tell me. Suppose you want to store the 65. Now which kind of a data type you will prefer? Which kind of data type you will prefer? Integer 65. But yeah, of course, int. So in integer, why we are going through the uh, data type value code like small b, you can use a u, you can use a h, capital H, you can use a I as well. You can use, there is no issue. As you know, the 65 is a value. If I divide the 65 value into the binary, then you can say 65 will can occupy within the 2 bytes, within the possible into the 1 byte. So if I'm putting the I'm using the 1 byte, so 2 to the power 1. Okay, so it means there is a 1 bit. It means 2 bit. So there's only 2. So I'm using the 2. Okay, so at a time, how many 2 to the we can say 4. So if I change this value into the different way, so I can do. So 4 is under to this part 65. Yes, we can store, but as we know, if we want to use like any value which is greater than to its part or component, so we can have. So next, suppose I'm using the 2 to the power 4. So how many bits 2 to the power 4? So it would be to the power 16. Okay. So here depend upon the what is the number of the bits or number of the things which is used by the important part. So depends on the requirement, depends on the need, we can do. Mostly for the integer purpose, we use the 2. So if I'm talking about the 2 bytes, 2 bytes means how many bits are stored? That is a 2 into 8. Total, we can say 16. Okay. Same if we're talking about the 1. So 2 to the power 1. So how many bytes? That is 1 byte. So how many 8? Okay, so the maximum value will be the 2 to the power 1 8, and it means 112. So the value which enter come to 0 to 112, that is only sufficient hold by the bytes. So if I'm entering the 65, then byte data type is sufficient. Why I'm using the this long or integer or other thing? Because unnecessarily I'm consuming the memory. I need to fill only the 200 ml cup, but I'm using the 1 liter bottle to store the 200 ml water. Why I'm using the necessary space? So this is the same example we have. So in the defining the array, we can use the different code as per our requirement. So what is the value we can store? So here we have the point. So what is the number of the bytes Fine. So you can see over here anything over here. Now all these values belong to the integer character as we know, but keep in mind what can be defined, what cannot be defined. So this is a point you need to keep in mind, and we will also all example with all these concepts with an example, then you will see. So I'm just moving to the Jupyter notebook to explain how to define an array. Okay, so just let me move to the concept of the, or let me share this my Jupyter notebook. So just let me know it is visible to all or not. Yes, student, please tell me it is visible to all.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, good. So I'm just using another Jupyter notebook. So first I'm defining the first array. So how to define an array? This is my first question. So it was very simple here, a simple concept. So here we are just first command, first program creating an array in Python. Okay. So first we need to import array as a double r. Okay. So a is equal to a double r dot array. So what is the next thing we have? I want to use the I only. So okay, so in the I can use only the integer value like this one. If I print the A, then you will see it will print the A. So trying to print A, so it will print the things with the proper way, the no issue. If I'm using the array a double r, instead of the a double r, I can use x y z. Of course, I can use here. I need to use x y z, x y z. Now you can see it will run perfectly. There's no issue. Okay. Instead of the I, if I'm putting here D, now see what would be the result. Now see, after printing, all the values are changed into automatically in the form of the decimal. It defines that we are storing all the value into the form of the decimal, but we are not putting the decimal, so it is optional. Okay, so this is the point you need to keep in mind. Yes, any doubt over here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, see, if I'm using D, then it will run. So what does D stand for? The D is basically used for the double, and we can also store the decimal point value. Here it means decimal point value. Okay, and this I here stands for the integer. So here I stand for the integer. Here I'm just asking a simple question. In an array, if I try to store some values like a x y z dot a array, I'm using small b, okay, and I'm trying to store some values like 123 comma 500 comma 600 comma 234. Now if I try to print a, then what would be print? Now let me know. If trying to print a, now what would be printed? Now see, here we are getting the error. Now you can see we are getting the error. Is this error correct or wrong? Please tell me, is it correct or not? Yes, it is showing that sign character is greater than maximum. Yes, yes, student, please let me know where is the problem.
So the allocated bytes have been exceeded.
No, any other student who want to speak, please let me know. Where we have the problem?
Import array.
No import array. Array. Okay, import array is not necessary, but you are saying so. I can import array as x y z, but we will also get the same error. Now we are getting the same error. Why? Now Yes, please tell me. Any doubt?
Sir, the value of
Which
these characters is more than.
Now V is represent the byte. Okay, V is represented as a byte. Okay. Now is it clear to all? Yes, please tell me. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Can I say?
8-bit, yes.
Okay. So if I'm talking about the 8 bits, okay, so 2 to the power. So 2 to the power. I'm just writing here only 2 to the power 8 will be the 5112. Now am I right? Yes, please tell me. Yes, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
So B can store the value from 0 to 512.
Sir, 2 to the power 8 is
8
256, I think.
256.
Yes, sir.
Can store only the value 256. Okay, good. So it can store only the 256 less than 1. So that is 255 and total value will be 256 starting from the 0 to 56. So if I try to amend this program by just simple concept, what I need to do, I need to take the all the value that should be 123 is okay. 500 is greater than the 256. So 255, sorry. So we can say 254 we can take, and we can take any other value like 60. So there is no issue. Okay. Can we run right now? See, sign character is greater than maximum. Now 120, 124. So okay, oh, just 1 second. Let me import uh, array as t temp. Yes, we should not get an array. So just give me an array temp. Because for 235 there is no issue. So let me check once again. Okay, 128. So 120, 155 and 135 I think should get an error. Yes, okay, it is considered 120, 12. Yes, there is no issue. Okay, it means it consider V is a byte. So byte can 8 bit. So 2 to the power 8 bit. To putting the 2 to the power 8 bit, it assume the value 2 to the power 8 minus 1, that is a 7. So it will have the value 128 maximum. So we can store the ranges value from the 128, since we are talking about the no, it's correct, 256. Okay, so we can store the value to 0 to 256, but let me clear to all, but it is a signed, but it is a signed. So negative value will also be considered. Okay, so negative values will also be considered. Okay, so this range will be divided into two parts, that is a 0 to 127 and minus 127 28 to 0. This would be a range. Okay, because signed means we're talking about positive, negative value can also be possible. So definitely the maximum value, that is a 127 will consider. So if you try to change this value, definitely it would be the part. Now if I'm putting the 128, so we will get an error. See, if I'm putting the 127, so everything will be fine. Yes, and for more betterment, for all the now all the values are positive. Okay, so we are putting all the value are positive. Then okay, it can also have the negative value. So I'm just taking negative value minus. So there is no issue. All the values are positive. Same program, same thing. I am just writing here and doing just little bit amendment. Instead of B, I'm just taking the capital B and a capital B for all positive. Okay, and it can. This is a capital B for all positive, and it can have range from 0 to 55. If I'm putting this point over here, so now you can see if I'm putting 1 to 56, okay, then yes, unsigned white is greater than the minimum. So 256, let me correct this one, 3 to 55. Now again we are getting less than minimum, so it can't have the negative value, it can remove or have only the positive value. So instead of sorry, here it is negative, but here I was talking about the positive, so this would be the negative. Now there's no issue because capital B it also possible. So it also having the range 0 to the power 8, but it can also hold the positive value. So this is the idea about your code what we are using. So if you are taking I, so I can store store 2 bytes. Okay, 2 bytes. Now 2 bytes. Okay, and 2 bytes means 16, and 16 bits. We are talking 16 bits means so 2 to the power 16 will be 0 will be 65355. Okay, but this I can also have the negative value. I can also have the negative value. So definitely we can have, so it range will be starting from the, so range will be from 0 minus 3 to 76820 and 0 to positive 32767. This would be the point. So instead of the, if I'm putting this value, so I can store any value like this one.
Sir, 2 power 16 is 65536.
36, okay, but I can consider 0 as well, so 0 2 we can say. Okay, right now, okay, it is good. So 6, but range is from the 0 to 65355. So I just remember the such value. Okay, so now here you have idea, if you want to store only the 65 or very nominal value less than 500, so it is better idea to use only the small b. Why you are going through the other part? Okay, if you want to use only the value less than the 600, so you can use the capital B. Why I'm taking the 2, or I'm taking the I? So if I'm using I, so I'm just increasing the complexity to enhance the memory, unnecessary memory I'm using. In my room we can have capacity, the 4 people can stay, but no, I want to I'm just giving the chance to other people to, they can stay into different rooms. Why it is required? So the other 3 people are occupying unnecessary 3 different rooms. So why? They consume light, they consume electricity, they consume room heater and AC, other things, so they increase the electricity bill unnecessary. So it's a better idea to stay in single rooms. Same thing we have the concept over here. Okay, so this is the point. Now I'm also doing a little bit amendment over here, and just see I'm putting a value like 35,000 now, 35,000, and I'm trying to, and of course I'm changing little bit amendment like D. Now see, there's no issue, it will consider. Okay, so it, I will also can have the range from positive to negative. So maybe this can store the large volume of the pool. So I means sign integer. Okay, so 2 bytes, minimum 2 bytes are required, and if I can use the long, so I can use the long. Okay, so in the Python it have the different kind of range, long range, so it can also, just let me check by the negative value, just check by the, so there is no issue. It means that in the I, we can say I store the, I just I can have the 4 byte. So because this is advanced version of Java, so we can say this can represent the minus negative value, so there's no issue. So we can discard this point over here, but it is explanation purpose only, for returning purpose. Okay, just let me take the different value like 65. Okay, there's no issue. It means in the Python I can store the value with the followed by the 2 more than the 2 bytes. So of course we can also have. So this is a good point. Okay, so now and this is created without any problem. Okay, so this is created without any problem. Now is it clear to all? Okay, to access the element. So how I can take access the element? Okay, so you can see I'm using right now temp. So if I want to print temp dot yes temp dot or just like an array, so we can use, okay, not temp is not a variable, a is a variable, so a is a variable, so I'm taking the first variable, that is a. So what would be printed over here? Yes, please tell me what would be the output over here, and I'm just trying to print a3, and here what would be the message? Yes, please tell me. Yes, please tell me what would be the output of these elements, access elements printing purpose.
123, 65,000 and 60.
Okay, so A0 represents the index value. So it will be print the 123, and here it will print the 65,000. And here we have the value that is to be printed over here, that is 60 only. So if I try to print such all the values, now see all these values are printed over here without any problem. So index value can be, now if I try to print these values by negative pattern, negative index, then -1. So what would be the answer? Yes, please tell me what would be the answer?
65,000.
65,000.
Okay, if I'm picking the -2, then what would be the 62 or 60? Answer should be 60. Okay, we must check this answer by executing this code. So we got the answer, that is 65. Okay, if I want to print A2, okay, then of course we know the answer. What would be the answer? Of course 60, and negative we have the this point. So here it is also possible to access the negative positive index. So 60 we can say using negative index value. So in C and C++, negative index we can also, in Java it is also possible to pass the negative index as well. Yes, so this is just idea about the Python. So I told you, so there is no issue. In the Python we have the lots of the things, so we can start, we can learn a lot of things into the Python. So this was a basic of the array, how to create an array into the Python. So this is simple code, it is clear to all. And how we are accessing the elements in by using the negative index value or by using the positive index value. Okay, so I can write over here by using the positive index values. Yes, student, please tell me, is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
So any doubt over here, you can ask me now. Yes, please tell me any doubt you are having.